Hello and welcome to Town Review, where we journey through the towns of the world in order to see are they good or are they a small bit shite. Today we're going to be looking at my hometown of Ballina, County Mayo in Ireland, the greatest town ever conceived, and it conceived me, the greatest man ever conceived. Before we get into it, just a little bit of a geography lesson. I understand not everybody is from Ireland, so they might not necessarily know what I'm talking about here, or where it is contextually in the land of Ireland. So a little bit of a geography lesson as well. So County Mayo is the best county in Ireland. You all know that, even if you don't know it yet. A lot of you will have heard of Dublin. That's our capital. That's over here. Weedy little tiny county. The true capital is obvious. And Mayo is over here on the west. Mayo is a more rural sort of a place. We don't really have a big city. But the men are handsome as fucking anything. Okay, that I do know. And we're going to have a look at Ballina, which is in the north of Mayo. It's one of the biggest settlements in Mayo. So here we are, right into the thick of Ballina town. This is the town centre. The town centre is over there, but we're not far from the town centre. You're already getting a bit of a vibe for Ballina town. There's a tractor in the middle of the town. There's a big mass of pennies there, which we'll talk about in a second. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a trip out of here. We're in the metropolis. We're in the urban centre here. This is probably a little bit overwhelming to start with. So let's just take a walk outside the town. Let's come in as you might come in as a new traveller. Okay, so here we are. We're coming in from the Killala Road. So we're entering the town now. Excitement levels are high. We know we're about to enter the absolute metropolis that is Ballina town. So we've loads of lovely townhouses here, lovely colours on them. Little bit of nature, you're noticing it. Lovely greenery there. Oh, gorgeous stream. Wouldn't it be so romantic to walk along that with my future partner and maybe go to Ballina town and spend all our money in the local economy? Absolutely it would. More stream. Oh, it's just lovely. This is just you're going to see this kind of beauty everywhere in Ballina town. More gorgeous nature here. Lovely bit of moss or whatever. Look at the trees. Oh, aren't they lovely? It looks like the Google Maps man did this on a bit of a rainy day, and I was kind of fucking with his camera, which is not ideal, but he's trying his best. Don't fire this Google Maps man. To be fair to him, it would not have been easy to find a day where it wasn't raining in Ballina town. But I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit unhappy with these images. Come on, Google, you can do better than this. The camera's soaking wet. This is my town, guys. Seriously. Okay, the camera's a little bit cleaner as we get into the town. Maybe he noticed. But as you can see, there's lots of natural splendor as we enter the town. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now we're coming in. We're starting to get a bit urban. Here's our lovely Londis filling station / Supermax. This is the absolute gem, the crown jewel of Ballina. So this is like a convenience store basically, and it has a deli in it, so you can go in and get yourself a nice chicken fillet roll, which is the most famous Irish dish. Make sure you try that if you ever come to Ireland. And it's attached to a Supermax. And what Supermax is it's basically Ireland's version of McDonald's. We do have McDonald's as well, but an Irish guy said, I could also make a McDonald's. So here it is in all its glory. The burgers all have 100% Irish beef, really high quality meat. It's good stuff. It's a family restaurant, so there's no nudity or drugs, which we love here in Ireland. Still not happy with Google over a lot of this wet lens shenanigans, but let's keep moving into the town. So this is the Humbert Memorial. I'm going to read a bit about it so I get the dates right. It was dedicated on the 11th of May, 1898 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the French landing in Killala. So Killala is like a smaller town just outside Ballina. And they did this to help with the Irish Rebellion of 1798. The figure in the monument is Mother Ireland. I don't know if we can get a better view of her, but she's guarding two draped flags. Let's get a better view of Mother Ireland there. There she is. And it was sculpted by Thomas Denning. And the monument was moved to its current location in Humbert Street, which is right in the middle of Ballina here, in 1987. But there's one other monument in Ballina town. There's one other central sculpture that gives the town its beauty. And that is our fine, lovely, modern, gorgeous looking little. So if you don't know, I guess it's kind of like Walmart maybe. It's basically like a cheap grocery store, and they have like some other stuff you can buy. You can buy like, I don't know, camping equipment and hats and stuff and that. Look at it though. Look at the way the sun is catching Ballina's glorious little. Look at that. I'm going to snap a picture of this and sell it as merch. Look at that. That's going on a t-shirt. It's absolutely beautiful. The whole of Ballina town is beautiful. You wouldn't get a Lidl like that now in New York City, so you wouldn't. Look at that. Fine, lovely Lidl. Oh, I've just come to visit Ballina town and I have some recycling to do. Am I fucked? Absolutely not. Right here in the centre of the town, do your bit of recycling, get rid of your bottles. No problem. It's all here in Ballina town. Here's our fine Dunn stores. This is another like grocery store. It's nice. Dunn Stores is Irish, but it's look, it's no Lidl. It doesn't have the modern architecture. It doesn't have the beauty. The sun is hitting it nice, but it's not hitting it like the majestic streams of godliness that were hitting that Lidl. So yeah, it's very nice. You can pop into Dunn Stores, why not? I will say Ballina Dunn Stores is a bit of a narrow shopping experience. The aisles are quite narrow and there's usually a lot of people in there who aren't moving the fastest. So just prepare yourself for that. Absolutely stellar bakery within it though. Nicest bakery in the town within there. And there's a little cafe at the front which we'll check out as we come towards the town centre. Absolutely lovely cafe as well. So here's the lovely cafe I was talking about at the front of Dunn Stores. And listen, it's pissing rain, but we don't give a fuck because it's nicely covered. Look at these people, they're out, they wouldn't even know it's raining. They're having a great day. Look how dry they are. In our defence, I know it's rainy and it's not painting Ballina in the best light, but in our defence, this appears to have been done at Christmas time. So it rains everywhere at Christmas time. Ballina is the fucking best town, okay? Here we are at the Italian district. This is Little Italy. You can see that we've got Domino's here and then we've got Pizza Mia. Now, the last time I made a video about Ballina, I got torn apart because they said Pizza Mia is not Italian owned, so this isn't the Italian district. I think the person who owns it might be Turkish. Guys, pizza is Italian, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. This is the Italian district. Here we have an Italian barber's. It's got nothing to do with Italy, and it's an Irish fella that owns it, but it is in the Italian district, so it's the Italian barber's. Lovely bike shop if you want to go in and buy a bike. After you buy your bike, you might want to go into Elvery's, pick yourself up a nice pair of cycling shorts. And then after that, you might decide, I'm going to cycle home and paint my house and maybe put a few tiles on the floor. So it's all just set up nice and convenient for you the way you'd use it. As we make our way up the town a little bit, we come to the competing tile centre, Ballina Tile Centre. They're having a bit of a turf war here. They are not far apart at all. Here's the other tile centre. So they're not giving each other a lot of space. I haven't heard any gunshots going over and back, but tensions are high between the tile centres. So Jackie Clark was a businessman from Ballina and he collected a lot of Irish history artifacts. So there's lots of like, you'll find a lot of like newspaper cuttings in here from like big historical events that happened in Ireland. Lots of cool stuff. It's really worth going in here and checking stuff out if you're interested in Irish history because there's a lot of cool stuff in here. And there's an adjoining very lovely garden here as well. And look how lovely my town is. Look how lovely it is. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at that. Gorgeous. Here's the Ballina tourist office. You can go in and get any information you need. Maybe you're down for our lovely salmon festival. Who knows what might bring you to Ballina. But go in there, get your information. And I believe they have a toilet as well, which is very nice. Then we move. This is the bank. This is the financial centre. This is where all the big stock deals take place. You'll find all your crypto bros hanging out. And then there's also a deals for people who've lost it all. AIB Bank, go in, put your money in it, get an mortgage for yourself. Who knows what you might get up to in AIB Bank, but nothing nefarious because they've got CCTV. We recently moved away from the bartering system here in Mayo, so we are using money now for most transactions. Though I did trade a cow for 3 ice creams yesterday. So deals is like, I think it's like Poundland. I think it's like Irish Poundland. Basically, you can go in there and buy like chocolate bars that are nearly gone off, but very cheap. I think that's the idea of deals. I go in there for a bit of munch sometimes. Here's the front of Penny's, which I showed you earlier. This is basically a big discount clothes shop. This is literally, you can even see through the windows, like 80% of the people in Ballina are always in here buying clothes. This is like the centre of the town. It's basically the town square. Yeah, it's a good place. I think they call it Primark in the UK. It's the exact same thing. It's just got a different name in Ireland. Lovely boots here right in the middle of the town. You can go into the chemist, get your tablets, get yourself some creams and concoctions. All can be done right here in the heart of the financial district. Nice little butcher there. Get another haircut for yourself. You might have grown your hair a bit since the Italian district. Why wouldn't you? News agents, go in there, get a drink for yourself. It's all available in Ballina. And for people who think we're not technological, right? You might think, oh, you don't know what your computer's for you. Right there, go in and buy a computer. You go in and buy an iPhone. We've all the newest iPhones. Go in and buy them. You can do it all and then have another Supermax for yourself. Go in right here and have your second Supermax of the day in Ballina town. And of course, while you're in one of Mayo's biggest urban centres, why wouldn't you go in and get yourself an now latte and Costa coffee, sit outside, talk to your friends about what you've been up to in the financial district? It's basically city living here. So here's our Euro Giant. This has actually moved up the town now. It's not here anymore, but basically another big discount store. I think if I actually walk over here, you can see that it's closed. Yeah, there you go. This is what it looks like now. Lovely. Looks gorgeous in the town, in the centre of the town. Big derelict building. Looks class. Here's the Junction. This is the greatest restaurant in Ballina town. You'll actually see queues for the Junction. They'll come far and wide. It's called the Junction because it's right here on the Junction. That's why it's called that. So you gotta go to the Junction if you come to Ballina town. It's a rite of passage. You didn't really go to Ballina town unless you got an old sandwich or a few chips in the Junction. So we're coming up the street now towards the post office. Here we have Timmy McGraths shop. Timmy McGraths shop is famous for opening for a couple of hours on Christmas Day, so you can get any of the last bits that you need. Absolute pillar of the town. There's the Air shop if you need to go in and get a phone. Fun fact, I used to work for Air and I also once worked for Vodafone and I also worked for 3, which means that I have worked for every major phone network in Ireland because I love to be treated horribly by people in a customer service role. Coming up the street now towards our fine post office. Oh, you could do all the posting you could ever dream of. Look, need to post a letter. You don't even need to go in. Just do it there. Convenience is always at the forefront in Ballina town. Lovely post office. Once you're done in the post office, you can go in and do a bit of betting, and then you can come and see the second best grocery store in Ballina. The second best. Here it is. You can't even see it yet, right? Because this is all old. This has all been taken down now and replaced with the glorious, fine, lovely, brand new, gorgeous... Is it not here? Oh my god, did they not update it with the lovely Aldi? Oh my god, Aldi isn't on Google Maps. Guys, this is not the same. This has completely changed. This is not even a wall anymore. Oh my god, I gotta go through the car park and make sure that Aldi's here. Maybe sometimes with Google Maps, you just gotta get the right angle because they only take a picture of new things from one angle. Because, I don't know, because the guy is lazy or whatever. But, oh my god, I don't think they've got Aldi on this. Okay. 1 second, guys. Okay, so here's the best picture I could get of our new Aldi. I tried to line up these about right. So as you can see, it's looking like this. But then, boom, transformation. Lovely brand new Aldi. Also, are these people CGI'd in? Because these don't look like real Ballina people to me. They look like little Sims or something. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, there's an absolutely gorgeous Aldi here now. Look at that transformation. Isn't it amazing how you can take such a lovely town and make it that small bit nicer? And then down here we have the other inferior Lidl. This is the worst looking Lidl of the two. It's fine. It sells the same stuff, but it doesn't really do it with as much pizzazz as the other Lidl does. So there's the second Ballina Lidl, a fine place. Here's the costume shop, Ballina costume shop. Go in and get any costume your heart desires. And you're probably getting a bit tired now. You're weary from your big day out in Ballina and you want to know, how do I leave? Well, you're coming up this road. Lovely road. We'll just kind of fly up here though because we haven't got all the time in the world. A fine, gorgeous bus station. Little house for the buses and everything. The buses don't have to sleep outside. They've got their own little house. And there's Ballina bus station. I won't lie to you and say that the toilets are the best kept that I've ever seen in my life. But it's an absolutely gorgeous bus station. And then just up the road here, we have our fabulous, gorgeous looking train station. And so every train that you get out of Ballina, you're going to have to do a change at Junction, which is basically a big slab of concrete in the middle of a field that you have to get out. But that's the only way to get anywhere from Ballina. For some reason, I think all of the major urban centres should be connected to Ballina because it's the most important town in Ireland. But we haven't got there quite yet. So just to finish off, we're going to go and have a walk down the River Moy, which is the river that Ballina town is built on. Gorgeous river. Great salmon fishing in it, which is why we have a salmon festival. And we're going to have a look at our gorgeous cathedral, which is where Joe Biden gave his big speech when he came to Ballina. So here's some of the natural beauty of Ballina town. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous? Look at that. Fine, lovely River Moy. Fantastic for a bit of salmon fishing. Come and do your bit of salmon fishing. Lovely bridges, gorgeous looking place being overlooked by our fabulous 19th century cathedral. This cathedral was built, it was finished in 1875. Gorgeous looking place. And Joe Biden gave his speech right in front of this cathedral. There he is there, fine looking Mayo man. And yeah, I suppose the Lantern Chinese is just down here. I know a lot of people watching this video will have seen my TikTok about the Lantern Chinese dry, hot and spicy. So if you ever want to try that, because I've actually got a lot of messages of people wanting to try it. If you ever want to try that, that's right here. Lantern Chinese, right here across from the cathedral. The two main cultural hubs of Ballina, the cathedral and the Lantern Chinese. Hopefully this has been an enjoyable journey through the town of Ballina, and it's time for my review. Scenery, 10 out of 10. People, 10 out of 10. People, how good looking are they? 10 out of 10. How friendly are they? 10 out of 10. Amenities, 10 out of 10. Food, 10 out of 10. You've seen the Italian district. You've seen our bit of Chinese culture here at the Lantern. It's all on display here in Ballina town. It's got it all. It's got it all. It's got me. It's an easy 10 out of 10 for Ballina town. It's the town to beat. I will be attempting to review every town on the planet, okay? And I really think that any of them will struggle to beat Ballina town. If you'd like to suggest a town, please suggest it below in the comments. But also suggest some of the things I should check out. What are the crown gems of your town? Make sure I see the best bits or it's not going to get the best rating. And subscribe to me. I'm delicious.